Hello again. I guess that you have a lot of questions regarding what this plus default output does. Because in the previous video tutorials, when we edited the start page, we looked into how we can add static CMS blocks and how we can add widgets to our structure. But the question in this tutorial will be about the default output. Well, every page has a default output, or every structure has a default output. For example, the default output for the header in this case is this container, and that corresponds the logo and the search bar. If I would remove the default output from here and save the structure, we would see that we would get rid of that. And then if I, for any reason, would want to add it back, I would then simply edit the structure for where we used to have the logo, which is this one, and I could then simply click the plus add default output. Then it will add back whatever we had it before. Another example is the start page, where we have the sample demo data from Magento in this case, and I actually want to get rid of all this. So I'm going to edit the structure for the main content area, and then I can simply remove this section, and then I can just add a new static block like this. If I now save this, it would then look like this. And then whenever we want to roll back like it looked before, we can then either discard this, but in case we have published our draft, we can then always edit the structure for that placeholder, and then we can simply add back the default output. And in this case, I actually want to remove the CMS block that I've just added. And let's see what happens if I add another default output and another one. So if I save this now, we will see that we have first this section, but then it will repeat again because I've added 3 default outputs in total, and that is why it looks like this. A better example would be if I went into our product page. So you guessed it, the default output for this content area is including the product image, the product name, and the add to cart button. So if I enable edit mode in here, which is in this case edit is equal to 1 and store ID is equal to 1, we see here that if I click edit structure, not the image but the button itself, we get this part. And now instead of simply removing it, because we could do that, we could simply make this smaller so that it looks like this. And in the left column, I want to add a YouTube video. So I'm going to click add widget, and I will choose a video widget, and then I'm just going to add a video from here, copy this one, and paste it in here. And I'm going to make sure that it fits in here like this. The height doesn't really matter. I will show you why. So I'm going to reload the page, and this is how it looks. So as you can see, even though that the height of this or of any content, if I would make it really tiny like this, and I would say the structure, we would still see the entire content. So if I, wrong structure, if I change this one, if I make this bigger like this, we would still have the same output anyway. So you see that the height doesn't really matter, it's only the width that matters. And now if I edit the structure again, we could, in this case, for example, remove this entirely and move the video widget like this. I don't know, just to see how it looks like. I have some cache in here, so I need to refresh the page every time. But now we see that we only have the video, but we don't see the main product page. But if I want to get it back, I will simply click the plus default output. And now in this case I want to have it above the video, and if I set the structure again, it looks exactly like I want it to be. So first we have the product page here, then we have the video widget, and then we have our related products. So now if I publish this and I exit the preview, it looks like this, where we have the video just in between the related products and the default content for the product page. And that's it. Now you know what the default output does and how you can play around with it. Thank you for watching, and see you soon again.